Bang. Bang. We are live. We are back in split screen mode, back in the virtual world.
Back to normal, back to the routine.
Normal. I would tell you that the last 2 days were spectacularly fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. That's just a great road trip, a great business trip. You know, it was really just for me being back in Cincinnati was super cool, but a combination of, great, obviously great team. Traveling with you guys is amazing. Being able to get up and do the workout in the morning and feeling like we were really on a away game trip was super cool. And then, the group of people that we were with at Roar Agency was just phenomenal. Like, they were unbelievable learners, and they were they were just open to it. They absorbed it right away and wanted to get into action right away. And it was just a really great experience.
I and you do this all the time. We do it virtually. We do it in person. You can never predict how the audience is going to react to the content. In most cases, the audience is, I don't know, I'm uncomfortable. I don't, these guys were like, it was Christmas morning. They were ripping them. Like by the end of the time we were together, they go, we want to play with our toys. We want more. So it was super engaging, super fun. And then just traveling with you guys, I know for Jake, having him with us, and we tease a lot. I know the picture we posted looked like he was not in first class with us, but he is first class. He is devouring information. Isn't that great? Look at this.
Yeah, it's a great shot. I mean, and like to go into Alvin's office and to have all of those Cincinnati helmets there and be able to talk Cincinnati football and driving past Paul Brown on the way out of town and talking about games that we coached in there. Just a really cool experience, kind of coming full circle with the past 15 years of my life.
There's a lesson there that we can share. Jake is willing to put himself in a position where he's all eyes and ears. He doesn't need to be in front of the room yet. He wants to listen, learn, observe. He does contribute when it's appropriate. As a matter of fact, him and Ross were off to the races.
Yep.
Ross is Alvin's son, who's also 23, also a college athlete. Those kind of that camaraderie. So, off to the races, he plays a role. So shout out to Jake Nudelberg because you showed up strong.
And look at D. Robinson's comment. You rock. Alvin sent me a LinkedIn message this morning. So and it's just not a surprise to me. Like, people that are like, look, Alvin's very successful. He's built a very successful career for himself. But when successful people see opportunity, they just, grab it with both hands and rip it off the wall. And that's really what he did. Like, we were going back and forth, sending video messages to each other immediately in the meeting. Like, he wanted to know how to do it and what to do. And so the fact that this morning he's putting it into work is really awesome to see.
So last point on that, his last name is Roar. So everything is trade dressed with lions, all over the place, which is really cool. Great building, great field culture, everything. But I said to him on the way out last night, and this is why he's successful. I said, do you know when lions hunt? And this could be the best tidbit for today for everybody. And everybody always says in the morning, at night, when they're hungry. The nature tells you that lions hunt when they're full. And so the Roar Agency is crushing it. That's the time to get better. That's the time where you get 1% better. That's perfection. Congratulations. Shout out to you guys. Couldn't have had a better time. Before we go to wake up music, though, we're walking through the Charlotte airport, heading to our gate, the three of us, feeling pretty good. We had just had a meal. And a guy walks up to us and goes, you guys look familiar.
Like with masks on. You know what I mean? I'm like,
and he goes, the Huddle. Shay showed me Robert Smith.
Yeah, it was super cool to run into him. As we were making our connection in Charlotte, and it was just awesome, just a great experience. And you never know where the Huddle's going to show up. You never know where you're going to run into somebody. It was really cool.
So he comes in through Peter Lorber, who is with was with Midas and all the work that I did with Midas. They referred it out. He doesn't miss it. So, Robert, thank you for being on the ball. Thank you for saying something.
Yeah, for saying hello.
Jump out, say hello, say good morning. Happy Friday. Let's wake this mother up.
Wake up, everybody! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Wake up! Come on! Come on! Wake up, everybody! Did you know me? Maybe then now listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody! No more sleeping in there. No more back to thinking, time for thinking ahead. Come on now.
Just really, I'm woke, man. I'm telling you.
I'm up. I'm flying. There was no doubt I was tired last night, and the delay in Charlotte didn't help. Getting home a little bit later didn't help, but still got up this morning and went to the gym. But yeah, I had to push myself to get it done this morning.
Indeed. I actually did not wake up until after 6 o'clock, which for me is like lunchtime.
Yeah.
So, the body tells you when you're tired. Body tells you, listen, tells you when you're tired, tells you when you're hungry. So Wednesday was the first day of fall. With fall everything becomes pumpkin spice. It's like unbelievable.
It's everywhere. It's pumpkins everywhere.
Pumpkins everywhere. In October, we're going to do some good work with City Furniture, Andrew Koenig. We're going to raise some money again with
Pumpkins.
With the pink pumpkins. But when it comes to pumpkin spice, I want to invite our friend Vic D back in the house. Show me Vic D.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's ass, the Pony Express, Vic DiBitetto here. Well, folks, fall is coming, and with fall comes Halloween. Halloween, the reason why there is pumpkin spice anything. Somehow this stupid, meaningless holiday has created the use of pumpkins for the whole season of fall. Unbelievable. Who the fuck eats pumpkins? Who was the first Momo to look at a pumpkin and say, hey, I'm going to eat that? I mean, come on. Nothing goes together better than a cup of coffee and Milanos. And that's what I'm having. A nice cup of coffee and regular Milanos. But look at this. These are pumpkin spice flavored Milanos. And I could be drinking pumpkin spice coffee. But doing that would be like putting lipstick on the Mona Lisa. I mean, what's the point of that? Look, I don't fall for this pumpkin spice time of year bullshit, okay? But Lucy does. She gets all excited and buys all the pumpkin spice crap that they sell at the supermarket. It's crazy. I mean, this morning, Lucy made me, I'm not making this up, she made me pumpkin spice pancakes. This afternoon for lunch, I had pumpkin spice soup. And for dinner, Lucy made pumpkin spice raviolis. I had to use pumpkin soap in the shower, pumpkin spice underarm deodorant, and after I shaved, I put on a splash of, the pumpkin spice cologne. Holy fucking shit. First of all, when did pumpkin spice become the flavor of the fall? We didn't have this shit when I was a kid. And
I love it. So did the Starbucks is the one who created the pumpkin spice, right?
I mean, I don't know where it came from, but it's so funny because, there are people who are just mad crazy about pumpkins.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't have to be one of them. Just kind of crazy, but you're entitled to do what you want. My apologies to those who might be offended by some of his language, but that's who he is, and it was funny, and it was hard to delete. So
for sure.
Hope you enjoyed the Friday funny. But no matter what it is you like to eat, no matter what it is you like to do, we're going to talk a lot about LinkedIn today. No matter what you want to do in LinkedIn, I have one recommendation, and our motivational music today was the #1 song in 1988. Don't worry.
a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
I love it.
Well, you might realize, first of all, you'll be whistling all day now.
Yeah.
What you might have taken away from that was the first Vidyard video.
Yeah. the little head on the inside. Screen share, baby. A screen
Bobby
share.
McFerrin, don't worry, be happy. So I would suggest, and there's our lady Devin. Isn't it everybody whistling? Whistle while you work. You know, just be happy, and it all works out if you do the work. So today, because we just coming off introducing the LinkedIn universe to a whole new group, I figured we would talk about LinkedIn. So there are lots of opinions on how to manage prospecting, lots of opinions on how to manage outreach, inbound. Everybody's got an opinion. There's a zillion sales trainers. We had the conversation last night on the way home. We're one of the only ones doing it our way. And we do a lot of research. But I just want to share somebody who's a well-known guy. He's entitled to his opinion, but I thought this was an appropriate time that two sales trainers who do a conference and do a lot of stuff say they make the case for the best results in higher engagement, taking the phone first approach to prospecting. Mark, tell me what you think.
Yeah, so I talked about this yesterday, and I real time saw that for me, the phone was not as efficient or as effective as using the tools that we use, LinkedIn and using video. But when we do the wall of fame or the wall of shame, which we do, people who are using LinkedIn doesn't mean that they're using it the right way, right? So there's a skill to every tactic, and using a phone first approach, in my opinion, from my experience, entering the sales force far after the LinkedIn had been, brought into the world, it wasn't even close. Not only was I not getting answers, I wasn't getting returns. I wasn't getting to people. I wasn't getting people's attention the same way that I was by sending a direct message on LinkedIn, by creating content on LinkedIn, by using video and using that through email. There were all of these other ways that were getting me far better traction. And when coming out of the coaching world, anytime we ever decided to do anything in football, we knew we had to do it efficiently, right? And I talked about it yesterday in the group, like the phrase work smarter, not harder. Bullshit. You have to work hard. All elite talent, if they want to be the best, has to work hard. That's a non-negotiable. But you should work harder and work smarter. And to me, you had to, when you were dealing with athletes, you had to find the most efficient way to do things. Otherwise, you would burn them out. So it's the same in my world. Why would I burn myself out doing a tactic that's not giving me any return and not focus more on the ones that were?
So the Bible talks about false prophets, man. There's a lot of people out there yapping away. To your point, no matter what you're doing, if you get in a car and use the car the wrong way, it's not going to work for you. Right. So no matter what it is. So I'm so excited because we continually have content for the wall and hall. So let's do the wall of shame. We're bringing it back. And here we go. We got full on. Go. So I got a couple of different orientations that I put together. I have 5 or 6 of them. What I would like to do is show them, and Mark, you comment, not me.
Sure.
So you didn't even see these, but I want you to just take your time, look at it, and go. So Shay,
I love it. All right, here we go. First, hi, Steve. I hope you don't mind me reaching out, but your profile and work experience is fantastic. So I'm already, so language is so important, right? But right here, I hope you don't mind. Why would I mind? Why would you put that in my head in the first sentence as you reach out to me? Professional growth like yours usually results in financial growth, more money, more problems. Not if you have the right process in place. My team and I help professionals get their financial houses in order. If you have some time to chat, let's connect. So all he's doing is talking about himself and how he's going to do something for you. And he started the message off in a negative tone by saying, I hope you don't mind. Like, and so I had this.
I'm so thrilled. This is unrehearsed. I'm so thrilled because that's exactly what I got. And I've heard people say, I hope you don't mind me stalking you, or why would you introduce the word stalking? So bingo, bingo, bingo. Don't start out negative, and don't only talk about yourself. Give me number 2.
Oh, Chris. Okay. Not sure if all right. So this is a response. This is even better. So for those of you who don't know the LinkedIn training that we teach, we always respond with a message to blank invites. So he responded and said, not sure if I do. Really? So here's where I want to talk about how some organizations are teaching you to do an automatic drip campaign. What they're doing is they're using Sales Navigator to check boxes on people and automatically send invites to them blank, so that when you get asked the question back, what made you want to connect, you actually have no idea, because all your system is doing for you is sending out mass connections with no idea on really any reason why you would be connecting. So another reason on why you should be doing drip campaigns.
Love it. Show me another one.
David, here we go. David, thanks for the invite. Can you remind me how we know each other or how you heard about me? David, again, I'm not sure. So here you go. This guy is a director of national accounts. Like, this is a guy who's in charge of people in an organization. He's at a director level. And he, when gets asked the question on why you sent me an invite, not sure. What are you doing then? Why are you even here in the platform if the only metric we're concerned about is connections to conversations? Even if you got asked the question, why wouldn't you then go to the profile and say, hey, let me figure something out? Like, why you would respond that way, I have no idea.
Mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling that he has the opportunity to talk to somebody and he just flubs it. Boom. Show me more.
Nestor, okay. Hey, Steve, I heard about you. Interesting. So again, so the skill of this, right, is, we talk about the volley, right? And we want to go back and forth with information to get a conversation and to move it out of the platform at some point. I heard about you with no other explanation is a conversation killer and something you got to stay away from.
But Christian hits it on the head. What a great time to be doing this, because you show up differently. All he had to do was say, I took a quick glance at your profile. I see you work with your sons. What a thrill. Can we grab a cup of coffee and talk about it? And bang, he's got new engagement. Because I may be a prospect for him, or I might know somebody, but he will never know. So we're running long here. Shay, show me the number 1 win of all, which happened yesterday, which is insane. Show me David. So David Aarons, chairman, CEO, visionary, sends me an invite. I send him back yesterday morning at 7:19. David, thanks for the invite. Odd thing, I was sitting behind you on the trip to Cincinnati, and your contact popped up on my LinkedIn. You seem to be an interesting guy that might be worth knowing. And I loved your jacket, already called my tailor. So this is the power of living virtually, because somehow the proximity of me being in the same place as him, number 1. Number 2 is, it turns out that Leanne, who was in our training yesterday, David is his client. She liked our post that we were coming to Cincinnati. He saw that. That's why we showed up. Boom, boom, boom. it works to a magical sense of that's a CEO I didn't know. I will now know. I will have a virtual coffee with him, and only good things can happen. There's nothing bad. Yet if I was prospecting that guy and trying to get him on the phone, first of all, number one, I put myself at a disadvantage. He doesn't see me, know me, has nothing about me. I'm cold. Hi, I want to interrupt your day to talk about myself. Ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing on the planet. So
that to me is like, that, especially because they're saying phone first. I'm not saying the phone doesn't work. I'm not saying it's not great to talk to people on the phone. But if that's your initial touch point and all of the data in the world is telling you that it's not the most efficient tool to do it, why would you spend your time there first, right? Why would you not try the other tools that are working in a different way? And it just goes to show you the power of LinkedIn, right? Because you're leveraging the platform that way, it creates a whole different, and when you study the game, and that to me is what this is about, you study the game of sales, the most successful salespeople, the most successful business people, right, have relationship capital. So this is the number one tool to develop and nurture relationship capital. Why would you not use it that way?
So we have a document that we created. It's called the LinkedIn Content Map. It's 50 ideas on how to work, with content in the LinkedIn universe, what to say, why to say it, all that kind of stuff. It's your movie. You're the one that should be on the screen. We're going to show you how to do that. But the only way to get that document, and I have it right here, just so you know, it is a real document.
Love it.
Right? The only way to get that is to sign up at Get on the Ball, because you should take some action in order to get something in return. You will love this document. There's plenty more where that came from. I am so energized again because the material that we teach is actionable, right on the spot. If you do the
immediately,
work, the results show immediately. They all did yesterday, and it just fires me up to know. Well, first of all, two things. A little, a moment. My boys looked at me and they go, "Dad, you did this.
You built it." I think that's my favorite part of us doing the training together, is me being able to tell the story of how I wasn't trained on how to develop relationships. I was trained on how to sell product, price, and service. And when I asked you, how do I do that? And this is the thing that came out of it. It's just really special and really cool. And I'm proud of it. Proud of you.
It was an amazing, first of all, Jake laughed because about halfway through the presentation, I sat down, and I never told him this, but the reason why I sat down was watching you do the presentation in a manner in which I created. You were the absolute perfect stand-in to do it. Your mannerisms, the word, a lot of the phrases, a lot of the stuff you grabbed, and when you deliver it, it is so amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you or your team want to get on the ball, a big shout out to Tracy Caracito, who is in the huddle all the time. He's buying 16 licenses for his radio station. We make it work for you. We've created the roadmap. Ask us, do it. We love it. We want to see everybody successful. Have a great weekend. The grind includes Saturday and Sunday. So put in that extra work while your competition is getting drunk and sleeping. Bam.
No.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this.